What up, people? It's Nickopz here, and this is going to be my MKX final tier list. Now, the last patch of the game has been installed, and as far as we know, this is the last patch that's going to ever be for this game. And I felt like making this video just in case you guys don't like MK11 and you prefer to stick to this game. I want to let you guys know who are the best characters and who to look out for and things like that. Now, first thing, I'm only going to be going off of best variation, and the only person I won't be doing that for is Triborg, because Triborg is 4 characters. So, without further ado, let's get into the tier list. Now, first, this is in order, and I'm gonna go with S+ first. Now, the best character in the game by far is Sector. Sector, he has it all, and I'm gonna be saying what the character's main thing is, what they do, and you know, the main thing about them. Now, the best character in the game, without a shadow of a doubt, is Sector. He has it all. Mix-ups, pressure, counter zoning, good damage off of mix-ups. Like, this character is just a complete monster. He can do it all and do everything. If you want to play this character, or if you want a character where you can just get into the game, don't have to worry about anything, Sector is definitely the way to go. Because he only has 2 matchups that kind of give him trouble, and that's Cassie and Mileena. But besides that, he's gonna just thrash everybody else in the game. Like, Sector is that character. Now, number 2, we have Mileena. Mileena, how she plays is she's a very slippery, annoying character. A lot of people in the community love to play her and hate to fight her. Thing about Mileena, if you're losing to a Mileena, she's gonna make you look bad. And if she's beating you, like, really bad, you're gonna look like you don't know how to play the game. But if you're beating her, she doesn't look like she knows how to play the game, the Mileena player. This character is all about stagger pressure, because the mix ain't really that good. It's there, but it's not really good. She staggers you, and, you know, or you can just play like the online Mileena and do a bunch of random stuff and it'll work because she's Mileena. So Mileena is number 2. Now, number 3, my personal favorite character, Smoke. This character, he is the Vortex character in the game, the best Vortex character. This character gets a touch. I can't tell you how many times that I've made, like, you know, comebacks or got flawlesses because I got that one touch. This character, he doesn't quite do it all like Sector, but he can enforce his game plan on you so well that what he does can overwhelm almost anybody in the game. And like Sector, he only has really 2 bad matchups as well, like really bad. Well, personally, I think 3. I think Smoke's bad matchups are Sub-Zero, Kung Lao, and Cassie. But Cassie beats all the robots. Alright, now we got Smoke out of the way. The next character, Kitana. Now, I don't like this character. Character is annoying to fight. I don't think she's fun to play, boring to watch, year-long combos. If you're a Kitana player and you like her, like, I'm sorry, I just hate the character, but I can't deny the fact that she's really good. This is a character who's always been, like, kind of average at the beginning of the game's life cycle, and then she just kept getting buffed over and over and over, just buffs everywhere. If you look up the patch history in this game, you'll see nothing but buffs for her. I don't think she's been nerfed one time. Like, I really don't. And all those buffs made her, like, you know, she's one of those top tier characters. What she's meant to do is zone you out, and she has one of the best wake-ups in the game, and the few wake-ups where she can, like, spend 2 bars and convert. And it's not like she has a problem building meter, because the fans build a ton of meter, and she's just annoying to fight, really good. You know, she's like, you know, the game's poster girl. So, yeah, that's Kitana. Now, the best variation for Mileena is Ethereal. It goes Ethereal, Piercing, then Ravenous. Best variation for Kitana is Royal Storm. At number 5, we got Shinnok. Now, Shinnok's kind of like Smoke in the way that he is a Vortex character, but his Vortex isn't as dangerous as Smoke, but he has more tools than Smoke. He can like do more, be more safe, be more annoying, always in the air, really good armor. So this character's archetype is he's the Vortex mobility character. That's what Shinnok does. He wants to never sit still, hit you with the mix and the Vortex, and then, you know, that's how you do it. And yeah, that's basically Shinnok in a nutshell. Now that's out of the way for S+. S+, oh wait, we got one more. Tremor. And this is in order, by the way, too. Tremor, he is a monster. Now, this is another character like Kitana where, you know, the character wasn't... Oh, no. Tremor was always good, but people didn't think he was when he first came out. Once people figured him out, that was it. Now, with this character, he's mix and pressure. Like, he wants to just pressure you all day and mix you. Basically what he does it very well. Crystalline is his best variation because he can summon a thing on him that makes him protect himself. He can take any hit from the game, so that causes him to just rule some matchups like no other character. Like, matter of fact, I think Crystalline does good against Smoke too, but Crystalline is just, you know, a monster. This character is for specific people, like if you want to be kind of defensive, but more defensive than you want to be offensive, but you still want your offensive to be potent, like pick him. Like, you won't regret it. This character is very good. Now, that gets us out of the way for S+ tier. S+ is all those characters, and how I define S+ is they're better than the rest of the characters in the game, and they have an edge over most characters in the game, and they don't have to work as hard as most characters in the game. That's S+. Now, we're going to go to S-. Now, a lot of people might not agree with me on this because, you know,
Liu Kang,
one of the best players in the world, like, of this moment, Ninja Killer, plays this character and he's just beating everybody. Like, he's just tearing everybody up with this character. And most people who are not in tune with this game very well would just automatically think, oh, Liu Kang's the best. But Liu Kang is the leader of S- tier to me. I think he can fight anybody in the game very well, this specific character, but you need skill with him. You're not just going to pick this character up and just do stuff. And by the way, I think Dragon's Fire is his best variation. But you're not going to just pick this character up, you know, go crazy, do all this stuff. You're just not. And I'm not going to say the character's broke like most people, even though the character is really dumb, but not a lot of people in the world can make him very dumb. And when I say dumb, I mean as in very good. So we're going to put Liu Kang as at the leader of S- tier at number 7. Liu Kang is a monster, and he has potential to be anybody in the game if you're good with him. He can shoot up to S+ if you're good, but not a lot of people are good with this character. He's probably the highest execution-based character in the game. So that gets Liu Kang out of the way. Next, I really hate this character. I didn't want to hate this character, but I do. Jacqui. Jacqui freaking Briggs. You know, we all know about that full auto zoning. And if you don't know about it and you're trying to get into this game, you're going to find out. This character just is so annoying. She's like mini Kitana. Not in the way she plays, it's just, you know, the annoyingness of her. She's just meant to annoy you and, you know, beat the crap out of you. Now, her archetype is mix and zoning. What she does, she wants to zone you and mix. Simple. She's an easy character to play, easy to pick up, and you can just do stuff with her. She has almost every tool you need in the game, good armor, armor to get you out of the corner, nevertheless. You know, oh, like I said, good mix. Unblockables, like she's, well, I think it's an unblockable. I'm 99% sure she has an unblockable. But this character, she's just a monster. So, next person we have, right next to her is Cassie. Cassie, she's mixing Rushdown. I think she's another variation of how Smoke plays, because she's really three things. She's mix, rushdown, and pressure. Oh wait, no, she's mix, rushdown, vortex. She has a really good vortex. She does very good damage, but the problem with Cassie is you need stamina to do almost everything she does. And the best variation with her is definitely Hollywood, because this gives her the vortex. And she's a good character if you can get her down. Well, not if you can get her down. What am I saying? She's very easy to play, but that stamina, if you don't know how to manage your stamina well, there's no point in playing her. You might as well just pick Shinnok or Smoke. But she beats all the robots, and she's a really good character to pick up if you just want a nice, simple character. Now, next character we have is Jason. Jason is a very, very good character. He was bad when around the time he was released. I think he was very good like the first day, and then he got like a day one patch. He was very bad after that. Like, this character became like the joke pick, and he just wasn't anything special.
Jason
now this character's archetype, he's a grappler, and yeah, that's about it. He's just a really good grappler who can get his health back, and Unstoppable is his best variation, by the way. He can get his health back, he can build meter like nothing. But I don't think that he's easy to play personally. His command grab inputs are weird, and he's like easy to play as a character, but you're not gonna beat good people with this character if you don't know what you're doing. So that's Jason, and yeah, he's just simple character, you know, probably what they intended, and he's just really good. Now next we have in S-, Kenshi. Kenshi is really good. The best variation is Possessed. This character he's kind of like Shinnok, where he has mobility, and he's really meant to like stay in the air, and he can pressure you very well. So, and he has a very dumb good wake up that hits on both sides. I don't know why, but this character, what he does is he wakes up on you all day and stays in the air, annoys you, and then he mixes you. Like, very good. And he's a really conditioning heavy character, and I think I don't think he's that easy to play, to be honest, but once you get him down, he can put in some work. Like, he's really good. Now, next we have Kano. Kano is just a very, how can I put it? Because I'm going to stop saying very so much. Kano is a mix-up character. Like, heavy mix-up. Cutthroat is his best variation, but Kano can do it all with all these variations. He can just do it all. Zoning, command grabs, mix-ups. I recommend this character if you just want to commit to one character and play all his variations, because that's what this character can do very well. He can basically just mop the cast. Like, I think with all his variations cover every matchup in the game, and he's very good. Crap, I just said very. Oh well. He's meant to mix you up, get big damage, kill you in 2-3 hits. That's what he does. That's just his archetype as a character. Now, next character, Raiden. Raiden is, how can I say? He's another mobility character where he's just meant to get around, annoy you. Once he gets you to the corner, it's GG. And he gets you to the corner very easily. The best variation for Raiden is Displacer. What Displacer does is what I basically just said, just annoys you, gets you to the corner. He punishes your wake-ups very well, whiff punishes. Always seems like he's plus. He's just very good. And I said it again, but yeah. That's going to end the S- tier. Now, how I describe S- is they can compete with the S+ tiers very easily, and they dominate just as well as them, but they're just not as brain dead to play as the S+ tier characters. Now, A+ tier. This is the tier I think most characters are in, and that's good. In a game, well, I think in the game, most characters should be around A+ tier, and I think if most characters are, then the game is fairly balanced. So, the leader of A+ tier, to me, is LeatherFace. LeatherFace, this character is freaking annoying. Like, I'm not even gonna try to hide the salt. This character gets on my freaking nerves. He just counter pokes you with chainsaw for 40 damage, and then next hit you're dang near dead. Killer is his best variation, and he's just annoying. I don't even know what his archetype is, because he just does his chainsaw that he can cancel off almost any move and gets 40% if it hits. And oh, he's a stance character. Like, he just do stances that mix you, and if you prefer the stance playstyle, he's the way to go. Next, we have Kung Jin. Kung Jin is an interesting character because Shaolin is his best variation, and why this character is interesting is he's meant to be very safe, but he works in the hands of people who play like maniacs. His archetype is very safe pressure and good mix-ups, but I think he works best in the hands of somebody who just wants to play like a maniac, because he just allows you to do what you want. He doesn't get that good damage, but his safeness just makes up for that. Next character we have is good old poster boy Scropion. Scorpion's best variation is Hellfire to me, and what Scropion basically does, he's kind of like a baby Liu Kang. He has the same type of playstyle where he just wants to get in with the cancels and mix you, but his thing is he's got better mix-ups than Liu Kang. Like, he does exactly what Liu Kang does, but he's just not as flashy and not as oppressive. But slightly better mix than Liu Kang. So that's what he does. He just, goes in, hits you with the very slow overhead, and that kind of messes with your head, and then the low, and just basically plays like Liu Kang. But still still pretty fair of a character to me, but like once he gets going, he can make it feel like he's not fair. That's what he does. Now, next character we have is Ermac. Ermac, his best variation is Mystic. One of the best wake-up moves in the game. Fast, ranged, and gives you health. I don't know who thought of that, but hey, it's in the game. So what this character does is he is a very unsafe character, but you can play him safely, but get bad damage if you play him unsafely. I mean, you get good damage if you play him unsafely, and you get bad damage if you play him safely. It's not Kung Jin like levels of damage. It's actually worse if you want to play him safely. Now, if you choose to play him risky, you can get decent damage and still have all his tools, but he's kind of more risky. But if you want to go full on high risk, high reward, just play Master of Souls. Very easy and just risky. So yeah, covers Ermac. Archetype, he's a how can I say? He's a mixed character who chooses how he wants to play. He can be the risk taker and do damage, or he can just play safely and just like slowly chip at your health. Sonya is next. Now with this character, she's just heavy mix. That's all she does. Her best variation is Demolition, but I'm gonna say Covert Ops and Demolition. They're both tied to me. After her nerf to Demolition, I think it put it like in the same range. No, Demolition is better. What she does is she just wants to mix you all day. Just heavy mix, that's it. Overheads, lows, you know, all that good stuff. Pick this character if you don't want to just work that much and just overhead low. She has a good jump in bait, a really good level, a really good super, and she's just really good. And basic, like bare bones mixed character. Like if I can describe one character, if I can say one character that describes this game to the T, is Sonya. Sonya is Mortal Kombat X. That's what she does. She just mixes. So that gets her out of the way. And next character we have after Sonya is Dvorah. Best variation of Swarm Queen. This character is just heavy pressure. That's it. She wants to get in your face with the mids, press buttons all day, and just mid and grab you. And when you think you can press a button, she spins a bar, gets 40%, hits you with the plus frames, and then rinse and repeat. That's what she does. Her wake up isn't that good, but she can enforce her pressure on you so much that doesn't even matter. But she's a very solid character. I think you just pick her if you want people to like fear you pressing a button. Okay. Next character. Oh, and I forgot to I forgot to say that she is kind of intermediate to play. I don't think you could just pick her up and play her. Now, next character we have.
Sub-Zero.
He's annoying. Okay, next. No, I'm just kidding.
Sub-Zero.
This character's the worst. Like, I don't like him. If you've been playing Mortal Kombat for a long time and fought any Sub-Zero online, like, ain't this character supposed to be like the more slow, methodical, patient type? But Sub-Zero players are worse than Scropion players. Like, they just slide at you all day and just do the most random things. And I mean, it's not hard to beat after you know how they play, but it's just disgusting to deal with. Now, he's another character where I think his two variations are tied. Cyrax, you just pick it if you want to rush down. His rush down is comparable to Sonya Covert Ops. Just go in there, mix all day, command grabs and all that good stuff. And Grandmaster is if you want to be a punk, stay back, throw the clone, or just keep them locked down in the corner. So Cyrax's archetype is to mix, and this archetype is like to be more patient and methodical. Like, that's what Grandmaster does. But people still play him like maniacs. I don't know why. It's not what he's meant for, but okay. Next character we have is Quan. Best. All his variations are tied. They're all good. All equally good. You pick Summoner if you want to zone and do hard to blockables. You pick Sorcerer if you for specific matchups, and you pick Warlock if you want to be like more well-rounded. Quan Chi's a very good character. He can do it all, and yeah, he can just do everything. But he doesn't have like everything in one variation, which is fine. But he's another character I recommend picking up if you just want a character who is good across all variations. So yeah, that's what he does. Now, next character we have Jax. Jax what he does is he's just a very pressure heavy character. Pressure and mix. I don't think he does it as good as a lot of characters in the game, but he's definitely nothing to, you know, underrate. He can definitely beat you if you're not like looking out for what he's doing, but Jax just has some very bad matchups, and I don't think that he is very, how can I say? I don't think there's any reason to play him over a lot of people. Like, I can't think of a reason to pick Jax besides the fact that he has like really good armor and pumped up, and still it's high. So yeah, Jax mix, pumped up's the best variation, and if you fight Grandmaster with Jax, you're never gonna want to play him again.
Jax.
So yeah, that pretty much covers Jax. He's hyped to watch, though. I can say that at least.
Reptile.
Okay, Reptile is next. Good across all variations. All his variations are even. You pick Nimble if you want to be the Flash. You pick Deceptive if you want to be, if you want to have that like kind of gimmicky invisibility, but it's nothing to, you know, scoff at. It's pretty good. And Noxious if you just want constant tick damage all the time. Who thought of that? He legit kills you without even touching you. Slowly. So yeah, that covers him. Not much to say. He's just your intermediate mixed character. Not easy to play at all. And I recommend him if you just like Reptile. Because if you don't like Reptile, there's no other reason to play him. Next, we have Mr. Nut Puncher, Johnny Cage. Best variation. A-list and stunt double are even. You pick A-list if you want the pressure. No, A-list is the best. A-list if you want, you know, how can I describe Johnny Cage? Johnny Cage is a canceling, pressuring mix character. Now, people don't think he has like mix, but A-list gives him mix. He can just stagger and mix you, and he's a very good character. The reason to pick him is like if you know you have execution, and like, but you don't want to do the Liu Kang level of execution things, but you know you have like the basic understanding of having like really good execution. I would recommend this character because he can pretty much just do it all. He's meant to be well-rounded, and I think they hit him right on the spot. Just a very well-rounded, good character. Now, next we have Ferra Torr. Underrated. That's the first thing I think of when I think of Ferra Torr. It's just so underrated that he's just, or whatever it is, it's just so underrated it bothers me. Like, what is this character? This character does, I think, the most damage in the game. It's just a monster, like actually a monster. The best variation is, I'm gonna go Vicious. Ruthless has its stuff, but Vicious is just very well-rounded. Now with this character, what he does is character's archetype is more, not very mix heavy, more big damage. Ferra Torr is, when I hit you, I'm going to hit you hard, and you are going to almost die in like one hit. But Ruthless describes that more. But Vicious is kind of just more well-rounded. Pick this character if you like Ferra Torr and you just like doing dumb damage. Alright, now, next, underrated Goro. Matter of fact, I think Goro might be S-, but I haven't completely labbed him for myself. But what this character can do is just dumb. This character has, now the best one is definitely, which one is it? I think it's Kutan Warrior or Dragon Fangs. But I personally think Kutan Warrior, because Kutan Warrior, whichever one with the command grab, he has like a command grab, a plus. Okay, listen to everything I'm about to say. Plus, wake up, armored, low. Who gives somebody that? Like, this character is just like dumb. Like, he's scrubby, easy to play, and just does stuff. Like, I recommend this character if you just want to do stuff and get away with it. Like, it's just what he does. And I don't think he is as good as, as bad as people make him out to be. He's very good. Like, if you fight a good Goro and knows what he's doing, and you underestimate him, you're gonna lose. Just are. Now, next, we have Predator.
Predator.
Best variation by far is Hishkuten. Predator is his owner. That's it. He just wants to zone the crap out of you and annoy you. That's it. This is his owner. Not much else to him. If you want to get more in depth into this character, you can play the other variations because they're more complex. But Hishkuten, he's just a canceling zoner. That's it. Basically what he does. Play him if you want to just sit back and shoot projectiles. If you want to play Injustice 2, pick Hishkuten. Alright. Next character we have is... where is it?
Triborg.
Cyber Sub. I just leave it on this one. So, Cyber Sub,
Triborg.
what he does is he's a setup character. This character wants to knock you down and mix and set you up. The big nerfs to the robots hit him kind of hard because at a point he was the best in the game, but the nerfs hit him like really, really hard. And yeah, he was one of the best for like a week or two, but after that he kind of fell off. But he's still a very solid character. He's a like heavy mobility setup character. Pick him if you just want to have fun. I think he's one of the most fun characters in the game, like for real. And yeah, so that recaps my that sums up my A+ tier. And like I said, A+ tier can basically fight everybody in the game, but some of the characters might have to work a little harder than others. But A tier is like the balance. Like, that's where you want your character at. If I think you're a developer or whatever, I think that all characters should strive to be like around A+. So yeah, that covers A+ tier. Now we're gonna go into the B tier. Alright, now the leader of B tier, Tanya. Annoying. Just annoying. I think all of her variations are equally average. Oh wait, no, Kobu's trash. Like, very trash. They destroyed this variation because Kobu used to be like the best in the game. There was no reason to play any other character. Legit, one tournament, I think it was Combo Breaker, if I'm getting it correct, back in the day, everybody was playing her. Like, it was top 8, nothing but Tanya. The character ruined the game for the longest, and they took way too long to fix her, if you ask me. And she was just the worst. So the best variation with her, in my opinion, is Pyromancer. I got her at the beginning of B tier because I think she is just very, how can I say, just very like non-special. Now let me describe B tier. B tier is they can still, you know, play the game, do their thing in a way, but they have to work, not like a little bit, like they have to work way more hard than like the rest of the characters. So they actually have to put in work. So Tanya is the leader of this tier to me. Now, next, we have Takeda. Takeda is, how can I describe it? His best variation is Shiroryu. Takeda is a jack of all trades, but the nerfs he got before the game's final patch kinda knocked him down. He was S-, like, for the longest, and he was one of my favorite characters personally, because what he could do, he could just mix you, not mix you, he could pressure you very well, stay relatively safe, had pretty much everything you needed to win, and he had some hard to blockables too. He still has them. He's still solid, but I put him at B because if you know the Takeda matchup, you pretty much have a very good chance of beating him almost every time. Like, a lot of the stuff he does is not real. A lot of stuff he does has gaps, like a lot. And the patch that brought him down to B, in my opinion, like, hit him hard. And character is very, very good, but if they know the matchup, you're not going to be able to get by, like, easily at all. Now, next character we have is Kung Lao. Tempest is his best variation. This is also another one of my favorite characters in the game. I think he's like my second most played character, but I loved this character. But when they took his armored wake up away, that basically made the character to me. I think he went downhill a lot. Now, you see a lot of people playing him just because he's cool, to be honest. He has a good kit, but he doesn't do anything in the game better than anybody. He doesn't have a specific reason to play him. He is just a very fun character to play, very cool character. Like, come on, look at that hat. And he can, like, pressure you very well, but his multiple nerfs, because he was the best in the game multiple times, but his multiple nerfs just brought him down in the meta to me. And although I still think he can beat a lot of people, he has to work. And I really do believe that. He has to work hard to beat you. Now, if you don't believe that, if you think this character is dumb just because some people are good with him, that's you. But I personally think this character has to work to beat you. Now, next, this might be kind of controversial. Erron Black. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and people think Erron Black is better than he actually is, because one of the best player, well, the best player in the world, when the game was thriving, played him. And this character, because one of the best player in the world played him when the game was thriving, he got a lot of nerfs. And Outlaw was the best for the longest, and Marksman's never really been good, still isn't good, and Gunslinger is the way to go now. This character, he's not really a zoner. In my opinion, he's a stance mix character. Like, he can shoot you, I guess, but his zoning is not good at all to me. I think he has to work hard to beat you because doesn't really have a good mid, and with the universal change to mix-ups are kind of slow. He has a decent wake up. Everything he's meant to be the jack of all trades, but I just think them not giving him a good mid couldn't have made that possible. He was meant to play like, the jack of all trades play style, but I don't think he does that very well, like, at all. But he's not bad by any means. It's just you got to work hard with him to win, and that's why you won't see that many people playing him. Like, he doesn't get that much play at all. But yeah, like I said, Gunslinger's the best. Play him if I think you play Erron Black if you just like his whole style and everything. That's why most people play him, because they just like the whole outlaw look. So yeah. Next character we have, Rai Cho.
Rai Cho.
Character, how can I say? Okay, first things first. Best variation, Bartitsu, just is. Character is a Vortex heavy mix character, but the problem with him is he's very unsafe, very, very unsafe. But Rai Cho, I think he can beat almost anybody in the game. The only character I just think that just stomps him is Predator. But the thing about Rai Cho, if he touches you once, he has the potential to kill you. He just because he's a Vortex character, but just has to work very hard to me. He has good wake ups, good mix ups, and yeah, he's a good character, good chip damage, but he just has to work hard, and there's really no reason to play him. So yeah. Next character we have Kotal Khan. That last patch hit him hard. Like, they took back one from him. That back one was this character. Back one, now the thing with Kotal is before the game's big changes, if they would have left Kotal the way he was and just changed everyone else, Kotal would have been the best in the game. Like, I don't doubt that. Because he played the game the way it's meant to be played now better than anyone else if he was untouched. So, well, the way I can describe that better is the way Kotal played before the game got its final changes is the way the game was played now. But right before that, he got like a hefty nerf to one of his best moves, so he can't really play like that anymore. Good character. Best variation is Sun, but he has to work, and no reason to pick him. He's not special. Just does very good damage and can mix you. Has to charge his command grab, which isn't a bad thing because he can choose to get health back. But overall, good character. But just he has to work. And like I said, I describe B tier as if you have to really work for your wins. There ain't no free wins with Kotal. Gotta work. Okay. Next character. Happy this character.
Alien.
Now, Alien. This character, single-handedly, out of any character in the game, ruined the game the worst. I don't know what they were thinking when they first released this character, but the universal changes to the game and the massive nerfs to him brought him down a lot to me. No reason to play Alien at all. Doesn't do anything better than anybody else. Best variation now is acidic. Well, always was acidic. I don't think he is bad. Like I said, B tier is not bad. They just have to work. He has to work now. Thank you. If you were around for this character, you know what I'm talking about. Like, no more. Character was just a plague on the game. Alright, now, the final character. The worst character in the game. Period, point blank. The worst. And yes, I'm building suspense. Character is trash. Utter trash. Cyrax. Garbage. The only C tier character in the game, in my opinion. Now, the archetype is supposed to be setups and mix, but they nerfed the crap out of him. I'm talking about, like, probably the biggest nerf in the game's history. Like, they destroyed this man. I was very salty because I spent hours learning his combos and they just took them all away in one patch. Now, this character, he has nothing going for him. And that's why I think he's the only C tier character in the game. There's no reason to pick him. He doesn't excel at anything, and there's just so many problems with him. Gaps, not a good wake up, damage isn't good, like just so many things wrong with him. If you want to play this character, don't. Not worth it. Like, hard to play. No damage. Like, it's just horrible. Worst character in the game. Free. But basically that sums up my tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed making this tier list. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and Nickopz out. Hope to see you guys in MK11.